We have Ethereum, symbol ETH versus the dollar, and we do have what appears to be a nice local low end for now on the daily as we hit extremes on, we do play at some extremes on volume and volatility, which is what I typically look to kind of denote on major lows. In this case, I do want to see the BBWP specifically get back below the moving average. At that point, I do look for a daily corrective move, which would imply upside at least towards like 2300 region, potentially even striking up as high as about 2500 or so. And I would be looking at this correction as likely to play out as long as this condition is met over here with the daily stochastic momentum, which will have an upside pivot as long as you're above 1800. So for right now, pretty damn good. Short-term time frames I imagine are all vertical here. Yeah, 4 hours showing 1900 basically, 6 hours showing 1750. Yeah, I think that we're getting ready for a corrective bounce here. And again, it can trade, very easily shortish term to the 2300 region. And then if things do get continuation, I'd be looking somewhere around 2550 to 2600 or so. Other than that, if we go back here to a 4 hour, as you did request, a short-term bit of a short-term range here, can easily pull back down as much as like 2000, but I'm generally looking at this one as likely to trade sideways and up as long as you're closing hourlies on Ethereum specifically above 1950. That'd kind of be my invalidation for upside, and likely another retest somewhere around 18 to 1700 and maybe lower than that over time. But for right now, I think that we do have some lows in. It's been a pretty extreme move to the downside. You can even interpret this as a test towards the 5-day 200 simple. So, probably plays out a range here. And if things get really crazy, might even put in a bear market bounce into the deep 2000s, but I don't think it's appropriate to really be looking at that at this current moment in time. Obviously, a lot of things are going to happen before that's even relevant. But for right now, bit of sideways and up. Again, as long as the hourly is above 1950 on a closing basis. And yes, you will be creating a hidden bearish divergence pretty much the whole way through, as long as you're below 2400. So that is something to be aware of. Hopefully that was helpful, and there you go for Ethereum.